Alright, y'all. This High Time Reviews. I know I've been gone for a while, but as you can see, I'm in a new place, different space. I appreciate everybody's patience with me. But we're going to start this off with Growing Up Hip Hop, Season 7, Episode 1. Alright, let's just go off the preview for the season. So I'm not here for Romeo. I'm not even here for Sam in Egypt no more. Honestly. Because we start the episode out with Egypt finding out she's pregnant. I feel like this. Sam is solidifying his place in that family the best way he can, okay? Yeah. The fact that Egypt is pregnant just goes to show that Sam is trying to lock her down and control everything she fucking do. Because if she's pregnant, how can she pursue her dreams? But then Sam can still pursue his. So we sitting up in the doctor's office. We got Sam, Egypt, Pepper, and then Sam's other son, who looks like he's probably like freaking 10. They in there trying to figure out what they gonna call Pepper for us, like grandma. But here's my whole thing. Pepper need to stop acting like she like this, man, because she probably don't. So in the next scene after the doctor's office, we get Crazy Bo calling up Tretch. I'm guessing him and Tretch had a falling out last year. I think I remember that. They had a small falling out last year. So I guess they try to mend fences just to make sure everything's straight on there. And so they come up with an idea to throw like a talent show for all the celebrity kids. Why? Don't none of them have no talent? None of them. So speaking of no talent, then we run into the next scene and it's like Angela trying to become a singer. Like, man, let's focus on where you living. And I guess who you date at this point, because based on the preview with Romeo coming back, I wonder if we gonna get the whole unveil of the Yo Gotti thing on the show. That would be dope. I mean, you know, Crazy Bone in the Tretch conversation about the talent show, we get Cree coming to Angela's new house. So you know, if you recall, Angela decided she was gonna move to Atlanta last season so that she could have a home. I feel like she just moved a lot, so we'll see. And honestly, when did everybody become friends with Cree? Because last season, nobody even wanted to shoot with the bitch because they felt like she was crazy. Now, I know who I won't probably see on here this season is Savannah Ass. They probably had to get rid of her. They said, look, the bitch is a little bit of drama, but she ain't for the TV. I mean, Angela plays nice. Angela plays nice. Cree, that's a big one. She's kind of tall. She kind of tall. It was Angela not offering her nothing to eat or drink at the house. My whole thing is, if y'all working and y'all are scheduled to film there, no offense, bring your own water. Do you go to work and expect your job to have food for you? Because they don't, and they won't. So, I don't know why she think when she go on set to go visit somebody from the show that they automatically gonna have food for her. Granted, Angela talking about she got a chef in the kitchen. That's cool. That's cool. I wonder how much a chef do cost. Do she use a chef every day? I don't know. Moving on. So she give her a housewarming gift. This is Cree. Cree gives Angela a housewarming gift. Inside the housewarming gift is one of them Bluetooth microphones. So now Angela thinks she's a singer. I understand all the kids that come from family backgrounds. That does not mean you need to dabble into the music. That is not your God-given birthright. I think when you have the advantage of having a parent that was probably a celebrity or in the music industry, stuff like that, it may open doors for you. It may put you in rooms that you were never supposed to be in, but I don't necessarily feel as though because your parents did music, that automatically means that you should be doing music. I mean, I don't know. So her and Cree decided to go meet up with this vocal coach, Mama Jean or Mama Joe, whatever the white lady name is. So they go. The lady tests her on her voice, basically singing some runs. Angela, no. It's pretty much given, leave it alone. Seriously. The next scene, we at Sam and Egypt house. So Sam and Egypt bought a house in Vegas, like on the outskirts. So I guess they must be finally finished having the house where they wanted, well enough for people to come over. So they invited Pepper over. Pepper comes over. She's got like this big ass picture of herself that she wants to go in the nursery. Man, what baby wants to wake up and see a big ass picture of you? Selfish. Just pure selfish. Egypt and Sam give Pepper a tour of the house. You know, she says she likes how the house looks in comparison to how it looked when they first purchased, which is cool. I could see the changes. They redid the floors, they redid the kitchen, they painted, so it does look nice. But again, I think with Sam having her on the outskirts, that's more of him trying to control that situation. So eventually they end up out back where, you know, they show off the pool, the hot tub, the landscaping, which is bare as hell. Because, again, they in Vegas, so it's dry as shit. Ain't no damn grass. Goddamn sand, dust, and twigs and weeds and shit. I mean, they got a garden. They plan on doing some tomatoes, some strawberries, some peppers, and all of that shit. I guess that was Sam's little play on words, talking about this the pepper garden. So once they get out there, Pepper basically breaks the news to Sam, like, okay, so Egypt's going on this tour, but basically you're not invited. I was like, damn, well, Sam, truth be told, considering your police history, should you be even going to any club type venues, arena shows? Are you even able to leave the state? Sir, they got you looking at almost 20 years. And you worry about going on tour with Egypt. And then gonna say, we or her. No, nigga, if Pepper is talking to her, nigga, she's the only one going. So I don't understand the confusion. Sam, you're not a musician. You're somewhat of a songwriter. But again, you don't got no music I ever heard of, and neither do she. I feel like, again, same situation. Just because your mom's Pepper does not mean you need to try to be a singer. Sam, you're not a producer. Sam, you're not a kickboxer. Sam, I hate to say it, you're not an OnlyFans content creator either. Just find a regular job, Sam. And then just be on camera. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, you married this girl. You submitted yourself and her family. So you married this girl, and now you got her pregnant. So pretty much you're not going anywhere. So I don't feel as though you need to try to follow her on tour, bro. You're being weird. Sam's always been weird to me, but, like, let that girl live, bro. Like, it's just a lot. So Pepper tells her basically she gonna get a couple minutes. She gonna get a little small set. She gonna get a couple minutes. She gonna basically be able to do a cover and then also be able to do one of her original songs. Now, Pepper says she pulled strings to get this done. So here's my thing. If she did, and then Egypt is underwhelming, or Sam comes through and makes it a whole fucking thing, then was it worth it? Because especially if her music ain't all that. Like I'm saying, I just want these kids to realize that they just not their parents. Not to say I would wish they would just live like how like probably like the Beverly Hills white kids live, where they just kind of just don't do shit. But it's like, find your own lane. Seriously. Find your own lane. Like I think. And she pregnant. Like, all right, so when does this damn tour start? Like, that's what I want to know. Because she's pregnant. She not necessarily showing. I mean, she in her first trimester. But it's like, why are you going on tour? All right, moving on. So we in New York. Because you know Tanise and JoJo live in New York. So Tanise is trying to put together a first birthday for JoJo Jr. Or Joey the third, or whatever the hell he is. I'm sure he a third, because I think JoJo is named after his father. So Tanise, I'm guessing, is basically running around trying to set shit up. She calls JoJo and she like, look, you know the venue. Did you pay the venue? Are you on the way? Are the kids ready? Truth be told, he basically raised her ass off the phone. So he must didn't have the kids ready. He gonna try to say he wasn't dressed for the function. But in the FaceTime, the nigga got a whole outfit on, chain, hat, glasses. Why you lying, sir? you definitely ready. And if you ain't ready for the party, you ready for something, a day party. Or shit, is that what you went to the club last night or what? I don't know. And for Denise to say that the baby deserved the party is crazy. Man, it's a baby. Do they really deserve it, or is it just something that you just want to do for the baby? I mean, I get it. Whatever. So JoJo ends up asking her about her father and whether or not her father is coming to the birthday party. So according to Denise, her father Buck, who I'm guessing is a dude that's been in the industry. He kind of reminds me of like how like Ayanna father was basically, what was that, DJ Hurricane. So he was like well known, but he was like an old head well known. So people know him, but I don't know his ass. Nigga named Buck. Truth be told, based off this episode, he ain't shit, and based off the preview for next episode, he ain't looking like shit either. Denise feel away because she like, it got out that her father basically said that Joey ain't his grandson. My whole thing with that is, how are you acknowledging Mia, who has the same mother and father, but then open your mouth and say that Joey isn't your grandson? How is that possible? So what? You just don't like boy grandkids? Like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, or is it that you don't like JoJo, and then the fact that the baby is named after JoJo is probably a complete turnoff for you? But again, as her father and these being her kids, I feel like you should just be a tad bit more respectful, but whatever. Honestly, I feel like some of the parents that don't really have no clout or aren't remembered in the industry, they're looking for their moment on this show as well. All right, so in the next scene, we got Lil Eric. Again, if y'all don't remember, that's Eazy-E's son. And then we got, what's his name? Devin. I think that's Casey's son. Yeah, Casey's. Okay, so, because you know, Casey's son is on here, and then JoJo daughter is on here, Sequoia. So, Eric and Devin go to, I guess, a dispensary. So, I feel like they always pick the most randomest places for them to meet up and like shoot the scene. Like, cause here's my thing. Why are they at a different dispensary when what's his name owns like a whole brand of weed? But I could be wrong. Like, I mean, according to the episode, Eric was trying to meet up with the buyer for the store. So at that point, I guess he was trying to put maybe his strand in their dispensary. So the two of them are there basically to meet with Sam. Sam pops up. Fucking Devin got this fucking turtleneck on. Nigga, y'all in like California, why the fuck, or Vegas, why the fuck do you have this turtleneck on? You're probably sweating bullets talking about you got a fucking date. Bro, give her short sleeves with a jacket. Like, why the fuck would you have on a whole turtleneck? Like, you gotta be sweating, whatever. So Sam come in, and of course he tell them about the baby. And you know, they happy for him, but then Eric hit him with the reality, like, nigga, what about this court case you got? Like, how you about to carry that? Like, so Sam, of course, looking dumb as if he don't remember that he got the shit just because it got pushed back. Nigga, you got 4 assault felonies. Nigga, if they got video for that shit, you're going down. Matter of fact, speaking of video for that, I may or may not give y'all my post reactions about the Tory Lanez thing. You may or may not like it, so I just watch it, put your comments in the bottom, and I guess we can just have an informed conversation about the shit, or uninformed conversation about the shit. However y'all want to do it, we can have a conversation about the shit. But back to the growing up hip hop. Sam talking about he done mellowed out, he changed. You know, nigga, the show been on for 5-6 months. What did you do? Because I didn't see shit in the news about y'all except you decided to finally marry Egypt again, which was a tactic. He basically ends up telling Eric and Devin, like, I ain't really spoke to the Tretch or whatever, woo since the whole shit with the arrest, because not only did Sam get arrested, but of course, Egypt, that's his girl. Like, she rocking. So they get into the shit, she get into the shit. So Tretch like, nah, I don't fuck with you. You putting my daughter in harm's way and in danger. So Tretch probably not fucking with him because of that. So There you have it. All right, so then we get back to it. So we at the venue for the party. First and foremost, Denise, this is a bomb ass venue for a kids party, bitch. Just giving very much rooftop Jersey, oversee a whole bunch of shit, waterfront, all that. So it's definitely nice. All right, so when it come back on, you meet Denise's mother. She say that even though her and her mother and her father are not together, they still kind of like best friends. I get it. I mean, the mother ain't that. I mean, look, I don't know. I'm not the world's most handsomest thing, but the mother looked like she probably had her struggles, and that's probably why her and the father don't or aren't together. So she ends up telling the mother what the father said about Joey, and Denise basically ready to break down because it's like wild as shit that you would literally say that about her son. Like, if you know she pushed that baby out, how the hell is that not your grandkid, bro? How? Angela goes to the vocal coach because, and it's so crazy because I remember they used to have multiple growing up hip hops, and now I feel like it's just one that just travels everywhere. So like they jump in between Atlanta, New York, LA, just to bring all of the shows into one show. I guess it's cool because if your franchises wasn't rocking like that, it's probably better that you do merge them because honestly, I need Atlanta back though, because I kind of like the whole dynamic with the Brat, Bow Wow, Johnny Blaze, and then all the musicians down there. I kind of like that vibe. So I wish that they would at least keep this one, the bi-coastal one, and then give me Atlanta. And I could rock with that because then you could have Angela on Atlanta and the bi-coastal. Just in my personal opinion. So Angela goes to this lady. Like I said, they end up meeting with the vocal coach. The lady end up shitting on her. And she tell her basically like, you don't know what you doing. And she talking about training her voice for the shower. She like, look, man, if you about to pay me and come up in here and waste my time, I'm gonna need you to have bigger plans than to be trying to sing in the shower. Like, honestly, she like the lady Mama Jean, Mama Joe, whatever her name is, she ends up being kind of nice to her when it's all said and done. But she tell her up front, like, bitch, this is the nicest I'm gonna ever be. Like, if me and you work together, I'm going to be in your ass back at the party. Denise giving a toast to all the all the people that's dead. I need to see more kids. I really do, because I just feel like this was not for the kids. Because the venue don't give kid party. It's fucking rooftop in Jersey, bro. But hey, Denise's father showed up at least, so I guess we got that right. So Buck come right in the door. This the fucking shit that kills me. Buck come right in the door, and the first thing yo do is pick up Mia. Stop fucking yo. And he hugs the mother, but then don't hug Denise or speak to Denise. Denise basically got to speak to her own father. And my whole thing is, he walks right past the son and tries to act like he ain't see the son. It's just a lie. Like, what is this nigga deal? He genuinely must don't like JoJo. Because the fact that JoJo is literally all the way across the room and is not even entertaining her father, but still watching to make shit don't pop off is an issue. Like, yeah, he don't fuck with the grandson. Like, and you could just tell because it's the weird ass vibe he gave. And then, mind you, him showing up late to me is like kind of narcissistic because it's like you wanted it to be about you when you rolled in. You look like you're probably an hour and 15 minutes late to the party, bro. People are fucking shindigging over here, eating over here, cutting cake over there. So how the fuck do you feel like you came at an ample time where people probably wouldn't be like, oh, damn, Denise, they were your father? She trying to have a conversation with him. He like, I'm not having no conversation. Like, I don't want to be bothered with the hate talking. Your family or the Simmons family. Like, what? Yeah, he's a salty ass motherfucker. Either that or something happened back in the day. See, now that would be a thing. Something could have happened back in the day with them, their family, and the Simmons family, and then that could be the issue too. But I'm sure they won't even swing that bad. Like, we probably never even know about that. But I wish we did. It's the fact that Denise sat up there and tried to have a conversation with her father. She pulls him to the side, away from the party. He basically shuts her the fuck down and tells her he not having a conversation. And you can't want to have a conversation with me if you're basically just sitting there being difficult the whole time. What? Sir. Here's my thing. Tanise, I'm sorry, bro. You're grown. Like, if this man don't want no relationship with you, no offense. Like, I wouldn't have one with him. And then she gonna follow him outside. He's smoking or whatever. She follow him outside. He says to her, so your husband basically not gonna speak? Nigga, did you speak to her husband? You're literally trying to disregard their second child that they have together. And you gonna fucking sit there and ask her, is JoJo speaking to you? That's his fucking wife. If you think that she didn't tell him that word got around that you're saying that this child isn't your grandkid, knowing that she pushed that fucking baby out, knowing that Mia has the same father, you think JoJo gonna talk to you first? Gonna tell her basically, you got two men to love, you only get one of me. So what you saying? Like, basically telling her pick a side and then not pick her husband's side? See, that be the thing. Once women should get married, I feel like the pecking order should change. The husband should definitely come first. And then if anything, the father and the mother come second in that situation, because you don't want to, that's how you piss your spouse off. So she finally say to him, like, the shit about the grandkid. And he basically tried to sweep it under the rug, like, basically swept it under the rug as if he didn't say it. But he didn't say it. He said, the nigga holla out, if that wasn't my grandkid, I wouldn't have came. And I wouldn't have showed up, and I just would have went about my business. And then he basically tells the niece, like, oh, you don't know me. That's why you said some shit like that. What? Sir, that's your whole daughter. That's your whole daughter. What do you mean she don't know you? And Tanise crushed, for real, for real. The father running. I don't know what type of situation they had going on when they was like, when she was growing up. She probably felt abandoned, because I'm sure she was raised by the mother. So I don't know. I don't even know where this is about to go, for real, because JoJo not about to keep allowing this man to make his wife feel away. So he's going to end up confronting it. So we'll see. All right, so if y'all recall, I said that Tretch wanted to meet up with Sam. So, of course, Tretch asked him the obvious. He like, I see you got my daughter pregnant, and I mean, granted, y'all married now, but how the fuck are you gonna take care of my daughter and my grandkid if you got all this shit looming over your head? So Sam, look, I'm gonna tell you one thing about Sam. Sam feel like since he's married, and as long as he don't force no divorce, or Egypt don't ask for a divorce, he in there, he ain't going nowhere. So he basically looking at Tretch like, I don't really have to explain myself. And he basically asked him how many kids he got. Sam like, I got 2 kids now, 1 on the way, so that's 3. He like, how the fuck is you about to manage all this? He like, look, we family, you my son-in-law, but I'm gonna be frank, like, Egypt and the kid will always be able to stay in my house with me and my wife. You better be well aware of that. But he like, nigga, at the end of the day, ain't no grown ass man staying at my house with me and my wife. So he like, you need to figure that shit out. You need to figure out what you're doing with this case. You need to figure out what you're doing with your life. And you don't have just one kid, Sam. He's saying, Sam, you got multiple fucking kids, bro. Get it together. Like, for real. Because you're trash. So, Sam, again, honestly, Sam do respect his parents-in-law. I do gotta give him that, because he'll sit there and get rained out by them completely, and won't say shit, because he really can't say shit, because he know. He know. And now Tretch trying to push this narrative of TT and Egypt should talk. If anybody remembers last season, TT and Egypt were an entire shit show. They was most of the season. And I hated it because TT is such a fucking dry person. Such a dry person on camera that I don't necessarily feel like all that camera time they gave her last year was necessary. Just because her and Egypt was beefing about the whole wedding shit and her still in her destination wedding and doing it around the same time, and then TT not inviting them to the wedding, that whole shit. Honestly, TT got what she deserved as far as that shit went. The karma of her knowing her cousin like that was crazy. And I understand he was beefing, but she could have seated that bitch all the way in the back. Like, that's still your cousin. Y'all grew up together. Y'all been cool as shit before this nigga. Why the fuck would you not want your cousin at your biggest day of your life, I guess? I mean, women probably consider weddings like their biggest day of their life. So, yeah, like, why wouldn't you want your cousin there? Again, even if y'all not, like, 100% on the same page, just disregard her nigga and be her family. And now Tretch like, well, I think that Egypt needs somebody her own age range to talk to about this shit, considering she about to have a whole baby and she's young. So he recommends that she talk to TT. But I'm like, Tretch, did you even run that past TT? Or the white man and their baby? Like, do you even know if TT even want that type of energy in her space? But I see she gonna be on here this season, so I'm not surprised. I mean, everybody's trying to get their check. And I mean, we must be kicking out a good one because they've been on here for a while. So we'll see. Yeah, so, I mean, I always feel like, even though he'll wild Sam out, he still, I think he got a little bit of faith. He just wants Sam to get his shit together. And Tretch got he always just walk out on this nigga. So the episode pretty much just end with this nigga Tretch just saying his piece, getting up, walking out with his big ass security, and leaving Sam sitting there looking down. So Sam all in the confessional like, don't worry. I'ma just show and prove. So Tretch, like I said, Tretch say his piece, he just get up. Sam still sitting there like a fucking 5-year-old that just got scalded. He ends up dipping out the jewelry store and leaves Sam just sitting there, like I said. You know, wasn't a big episode, didn't have a lot going on, but I got faith in the season, okay? Especially with Romeo coming back. Because I just know he about to be messy, and I knew he wasn't going to be gone forever. Bro, you're an executive producer on the show. Just do the show, bro. And the fact that in the preview they showed Tanice's father throwing ice on fucking JoJo like this is Love and Hip Hop really pissed me off. They two grown-ass men. You disrespected his son. Man up to that shit, bro. Especially if y'all trying to have a relationship, because why would you invite him to the session if you weren't gonna, you know what, let me just save it for next week. Fuck it. All right, y'all.